Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for passing by. Thank you so much for subscribing. And thank you so much for watching my videos. You are greatly appreciated. Now, we see where this Jamaican TikToker who is Milton Ray, I think it's his right name, but he goes by the name 119. He got some notoriety from his comical videos that he was posting about Miss Kitty and his experience with her going on a date, and that, he had to pay for 2 plates of food that she ordered and somewhat devour, and he is complaining about it. Miss Kitty has never addressed it, has never spoken on it, and I'm glad that Miss Kitty, is the type of woman that, for some strange reason, even though I may have my personal distaste when it comes to her content and some things that she may say, I like the fact that she's the type of woman who speak when she's spoken to, and she addressed you based on how she is addressed, and I like that about her. There's some sort of intelligence, that she moves with, and we can respect that about her. She had not once acknowledged it. So many persons have called her name, so many persons have spoken about her in a disrespectful tone, disrespectful manner, all of that. And Miss Kitty, she's the one who played the fifth. She has absolutely nothing to say. She doesn't speak on it or anything like that, except matters that she considers very important, and once she's addressed respectfully. And for that, I can acknowledge and say that this is an intelligent woman by far. Now, 119 is a character. He comes on social media, like I said, via the name. I get to understand he was somewhat of a journalist. He was in the field of journalism at some point in time. Now, he has been on social media going about and saying a lot of controversial things, mostly disrespectful. He has been going out and about, speaking on women, speaking against women, professing that he have gotten women fired from banking institution because to him the woman was soliciting men for money, and also that he's promoting the killing basically of women, and saying that the female in Clarendon gave the man jacket and was cheating on the man, and so she deserved it. The man should have killed her and did way worse and get away with it. These are things that the guy has been saying for quite some time, and it's very disturbing. I'm not sure why TikTok promotes this, and yet I have had 4 accounts removed from TikTok, which I've never professed any anti-homosexual, anything violent against anyone. I just saw where my account was removed, and you can't get it back. You can't even search and find it. But here lies someone who is promoting killing of women, violence against women, supporting all sorts of foolery, and helping to push this whole female empowerment or female liberty way back many decades, to women being comfortable, the place of subserviency, and the TikTok is highly promoting it. I mean, even if his account is reported, the videos are still there. They are saying that there's no violation. Several persons have come together and report a lot of his content, and they're still there. So TikTok in and of itself supports it. But what I'm speaking on right now is that he's actually arrested. He was arrested recently and given station bail, I think, because a female reported him for malicious communication. Now, under the new Cybercrime Act, you can be arrested if you are posting malicious things about an individual that especially is untrue, or even if it is true, what the content is to tear down, bring down, as they say, or to put a person in a position wherein they are publicly shamed and humiliated. You understand me? You can be held liable. And so the woman filed a complaint against him because the videos are still there, that he said, according to him, he went and he was intimate with her, and he's cautioning men about the woman, and just as how you see beware of bad dogs, that people always say, you must say beware of bad drunk crow. He gave out her full government name, he gave out her address, he posted up several photos and video clips of the woman, and he gave out her address and telling people that when they pass by they should write beware of bad drunk crow and all of that, and they should basically harass her. And so this is extremely dangerous. You understand me? If you are somewhat involved with the woman and it haven't worked out, or it worked out in a very terrible way, it went left instead of going right, why can't people just move on with their life and say what you have to say? Why do you feel the need to bring this type of behavior to social media? Why do you feel the need to bring whatever it is that went down in the bedroom? Let's say all things are equal and his argument is in fact true. Why does he think that we, the public, need to be privy to his private life that took place unless they don't believe that what happened in their bedroom is private? They don't believe in it. But he was arrested for it. She filed a complaint against him, and under the new Cybercrime Act, he was arrested for it. He's saying that they are trampling on his freedom of speech, and he has a right to say what he's saying because it is the truth and all of that. And he's talking about his genitals, they stink, it's rotting, he will have to be careful going to the doctor because it smells and it's this and it's that. And he have been around so many women, and she's one of them and it's big and it's, the whole diabolical things that he has been saying is very, very, very egregious. And I don't know why he believes that it is okay. And I spoke about 119 in more than one videos before. And I said, this man, physical appearance somewhat, even though he's larger in build, reminds me of my father. But I could not imagine my father any day on social media behaving like this, speaking about any woman in that tone or manner. We would shut it down. I have brothers who would never in their wildest dream tolerate this type of behavior. Would be like, no, time for him to get his injection. Something, we have to take him to the hospital because we know that something would definitely be wrong with him. You understand me? So I'm just imagining, he's a full grown man. This man is a senior citizen because, the average person not living to be 100 years old. The average person is dying at some 60 years old or 70. If they are senior citizens. So this man is basically a senior citizen. Basically, looking at him, you can tell. I'm not sure why would you pass your prime. Why would you be in an age where you should be enjoying life? You should be structured. And there's so many positive things that you can speak on. So many wholesome things. There are many ways to caution young men in society because they do need guidance and they do need to be cautioned. But there are many ways that you can go about cautioning them when it comes to dating, when it comes to getting into a relationship, when it comes to marriage, rather than being malicious and being very foul at the mouth and saying this rather low, degrading, nasty things about women. And it's just a sad situation that, you can't articulate yourself to a higher level and you can't put yourself on a pedestal wherein you'd want to be respected. It's like you don't care. You are not concerned with being respected because you have no intention of respecting any woman. And because of such, you're just going to say anything to young men out there who are now going about their life and seeking, whether it be a bedmate, whether it be a lifetime partner, whether it be marriage, and just channel them to say and do the darkest things to women. And it should be okay. And I always notice that these are the things that take place with older women and older men in society. When they're cautioning young people, they're not cautioning young people to be wholesome, to respect each other, to love and care about each other. They're cautioning young people that they should abuse each other. They should trick each other. I've seen it with women also, teaching young women to turn tricks, to see every man as a homosexual, to see every man as a thief, as a master manipulator and stuff like that. And I've seen men cautioning men also to see every woman as a whore, to see every woman as a thief, to see, every woman as a master manipulator, as a trick, not to respect each other. And this is a problem. The older people, I always say, are very destructive when it comes to the society, the growth. There is a generation gap wherein a lot of young people are not respecting the elder people in society because they mess up a lot of things for the younger generation. And instead of moving on and teaching the young people to do better than they did, they're actually encouraging bad behavior and encouraging young people to treat each other basically like trash. Now, 119 met up with this woman. The woman looks somewhat of a younger woman for him. She looks, have that naturalist type of image to her and stuff like that based on the photos that he have shown. However, whatever it is that went down when it comes to intimacy between him and that woman, it should be discussed between two. And if they need to see a medical practitioner or gynecologist, I think that, you go and you do what you have to do. That's what normal people do. But no, he decided to come on the internet and be malicious. And this is the type of behavior that I keep speaking on. And now we see where the problem lies. The problem is not necessarily in the younger generation. It's actually the older generation who are the progenitor of the issues that are in society right now. Because him being older, you're expecting him to speak with much more wisdom, much more intelligence, be more demure, which is the trendy buzzword. Be more demure, have some decorum to you as a man, be a gentleman, be welcoming, be wholesome, not be out there encouraging men and supporting men to take out women and all of that. When it comes to jacket, when it comes, first and foremost, you don't even know if these allegations are in fact true, but you take it and you run with it because it makes for a good story for you to push the intention and the ideas that you have. And this is what I'm talking about. A lot of people will say some things that aren't true, but they will add to the story because it makes for a good moment for them. And so it helps to push the agenda, the ulterior motives that they have. It is a sad situation, and I'm glad that he was arrested. And I hope that she filed a lawsuit against him, and I hope that she wins in court. This man is very malicious. He's very reckless with his mouth. He says just about anything that comes to his empty coconut, and that's what he posts on social media, and he does not think twice. He doesn't care. It's good for him, and he believes that he's a Kevin Samuels, he's a Tommy Sotomayor, he's a Black Andrew Tate. He believes that he's that type of individual because everybody wants to be the negative version of somebody else because they see where they got traction from it. They see where they got notoriety. Some people supported them, give them donation, and they realize that the negative sells. And because of such, let's delve into it full throttle. And women are the scapegoat, or women are the hunk that they're going to use to pull down so that they can go up when it comes to fame, when it comes to fortune, when it comes to acknowledgement, endorsement, or the promos, all of these type of things. And it's just a sad day on social media. Glad his ass was arrested, and I hope that she files a lawsuit against him and wins in court. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day. God bless you. Bye-bye.